Courtney Mermaid here with another tail making video. Who is so pumped right now? So mermaid! Oh my god! Okay, so the tail that, well, I'm working on two tails, but you guys are only gonna get to see me work on one of them, because if you want to see the other one, you're gonna have to follow me on Patreon, because that's where the updates for that one are going. Links to all my Patreon, who's its, what's it, gadgets galore, the whole deal is going to be in the description box below, so check that out. The tail I'm going to be working on is this one right in this kind of general area here. Super excited. This is going to be a really different tail than any I have worked on before. Oh, it's so exciting. So for this video, I'm not really sure how I'm going to be doing these. I'm thinking something along the lines of a sped up kind of a thing. You guys watch me work and maybe I do a voiceover answering questions, tail making questions that you guys have. So this is just going to be the kind of the first, if you will. So any tail making questions you've had from any of my previous videos, if you haven't seen my previous videos, check out mermaidschool.ca. They are all up there in various categories. So this is going to be an opportunity in this video, in the comment section below, of course, leave me your tail making questions. Keeping in mind, of course, if you're new, I work with fabric, so silicone tail questions, there are some that I may be able to answer, but because I do not myself work in silicone or latex, those are not going to be 100%, but I may be able to direct you into the right information, so you can, of course, you know, ask them and I will do my best. But any fabric tail making questions, I'm on it, so leave those in the comment section below. Otherwise, I am just gonna start in on this bad boy. This is my newest pattern. Oh my goodness. Very exciting. This is just the base pattern, so this does not have the pretty fringe attached to it yet. This is just with the monofin. I've decided this time, in previous videos what I was doing, I was only doing up to my ankles, putting a note where my heels were, and then plunking the monofin down directly on the fabric. I thought it would be cool to be a little bit more accurate, maybe to do it this way, so I was actually wearing the monofin when I was traced out, so that's kind of something different. I might need to get more light in here. It's a bit dark, I hope. I mean, I don't... Light? Better? Worse? I don't know. So like I said, this is going to be something a bit new for me. Yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. I'm just going to kind of dive into it now. And, yeah, watch me work and hopefully not make too many mistakes. Let's do this. Okay, so I figured I would actually answer a question that I was asked on YouTube about mermaid anxiety for this portion while I work. I might also make reference to some of the things that I'm doing, but this is just sort of my first attempt at this. I'm trying my iPhone to record the dialogue because my computer likes to have its fan going when I'm recording dialogue, which is wonderful, except for all you hear is zzzz in the background, so hopefully this works well. Yeah, so mermaid anxiety. So the question, and I tried to go back in my YouTube to try and find the question. So if you were the person who asked, I'm sorry that I can't name you. I can't find your comment. I don't know if it was deleted or if you deleted it or where it went or what happened. But you had asked me about anxiety as a mermaid, swimming in public pools. There was also another person who had talked about anxiety as a mermaid and how it made you feel when people made comments, or if you were just shy or that kind of thing. So I have a lot of anxiety issues from other reasons, not from necessarily mermaiding, but I've lived most of my life with some form of panic or anxiety or whatnot. I have generalized anxiety disorder. So I am anxious a lot of the time. I actually use mermaiding as a way to deal with that. It's kind of a release for me to do this creative thing and to know that I do it just for myself and not to please anyone else. I know that sounds kind of weird, but I think an important thing to remember if you're new to mermaiding, or even if you've been doing this for years and years and years, is that people, and this is going to sound like I'm being jerky, but I'm totally not. I'm actually being genuine. People are more concerned about themselves than they are about you, even if you're doing something completely wild and out there, like wearing a mermaid tail, or, you know, if you're a fursuiter, or, you know, a cosplayer, or, you know, whatever you are wearing or doing that's different, you know, even a hula hooper, right? Like, hoop dancer. People are more concerned about themselves and how the world is looking at them than they are, everybody's got their own stuff going on. So I think it's important if you can keep that in mind when you're doing what you're doing, and realizing that people may be momentarily thinking about you or having, you know, a conversation about you or what, but it doesn't necessarily mean anything, right? You're, you know, just think of yourself, right? Like, you're worried about what other people think of you, and those people are worried about what other people think of them. It is a vicious cycle. It's something that we all deal with. So I think that's a really important thing to keep in mind. But remembering that mermaiding is kind of a wild thing that we do, that, you know, you are taking a bit of a chance. But because so many adults just lose their creativity and imagination, I think you can almost take it as an opportunity when people come at you and have a negative thought or a negative anything to say, that you're doing something that's so special, and maybe there's a hint of jealousy there that these people aren't brave enough. And I think if we look at it in a way to like include people in the magic, it's just another way that mermaiding can bring joy and happiness to people. So I think it's really important to you know, the more you do it, the easier it gets, right? Like, the first couple of times I swam in a tail was really nerve-wracking, like really scary. I thought everybody was judging me. And the more you do it, the less it really will bother you. So just like, be brave. Maybe swim with people you know, if you've got friends or somebody, you know, who wants to go with you to the pool, so you have a little bit of support and backup. And of course, you never swim alone anyways, but yeah, so those are just some of my thoughts that I had. I'm going to have to wrap this up shortly because the video portion of this is almost over. But if you have any other thoughts or questions you'd like to leave in the comment section below, I can also go into more depth in a secondary video specifically about mermaid anxiety. But it's a beautiful, wonderful thing, and people are always going to judge no matter what you do. But the important thing is that at the end of the day, you can look at yourself in the mirror and know that you're doing what's right for you, because it's your life and it's your experience, and that matters, and that's important. And don't let people, you know, take that away from you, and just know that people have their own things going on, and if they're looking at you funny, it does not necessarily mean that they're looking at you funny, you know what I mean? Like, anyways, I hope that was helpful. Here I am just cruising through this last little portion, designing the fluke of my tail. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoy this portion of it, but yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna say on this, because I'm just about done. This is so cool. And away we go. Okay, guys, so I have my reference up on my screen, and so basted. I haven't tried it on yet. That's going to be next on my list. I've come up with the design based off of my sketch. I've come up with a functional design. I didn't make these as long as I did in the actual concept, just because I realized it's going to be a lot of drag, and yeah, I don't really think I want to deal with that much drag. So I'm going to, because of how I had to cut this, and I'm just going to move this guy now. So because of how I wanted to use the fabric, I have a very little strip left on each side, because I wanted to get two tails out of what was left of this fabric. Otherwise it would have been a pretty huge waste if I'd folded it the other way. But that leaves me with this awkward little strip where I'm going to have to try and find a way to Velcro, because the plastic comes out like this, and I cannot, I mean, I guess I can find a way to maybe fake it so there's like sequins hiding the stitching. You'll see what I mean as I progress along with this, but yeah, so this one is basted, the other one is traced. I'm probably, well, it's getting late, I don't know if I want to do another one now. But anywho, I hope you found whatever it is I decided to talk about in the voiceover portions. I think I have to think of this stuff in advance. I don't know how I want to do this. If you have any suggestions for how you'd like me to format or do these videos, honestly, please leave me a comment so that I can have a good system. But yeah, if you like this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe for more mermaid awesome. Yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Okay, bye!